guys, so today I thought I would do a video which is a lot different to my normal beauty related videos. I thought I would do a video today on depression. Now, I have been living with depression for 4 years now. I've been living with it since I was 12 because I'm 16. I have some questions on my phone at the moment from some people that I know on Facebook. Just thought I would go through and answer them and also give my own ideas to you as well on what it's like to live with depression. So let's dive right in. It's by a girl called Zoe. She's asked, how long have you had it? I have had it for 4 years, as I've already said. It's been a really tough 4 years for me with medication and also living with Tourette's and anxiety and also ADHD as well. So that's kind of a big jumble of things, and the medication I take for all of them jumbles up together and it's not always good. Think to your Tourette's in any way. Depression for me links to my Tourette's because throughout my process of depression that I have had, and I still do have as well, I still take medication for it, Tourette's is a big part in it for me because having Tourette's makes me depressed a lot of the time because of ticking and things like that, but with new medication that I'm taking at the moment, honestly it is absolutely amazing and I barely tick at all anymore. But some days are really bad and that's when my depression's really bad and I start crying uncontrollably. I cry myself to sleep some nights because of it, and it's just such a struggle living with those two in particular things. So from a boy called Ben, is there anything people can do to help? Honestly, for me, I don't think there is, because I always tend to push people away a lot of the time. I don't need help, things like that, but really in the inside I really do need help, and I have professional help as well. I go to a psychiatrist at CAMS. I don't know if any of you know what that is, but it's the Children's Association Mental Health section, I believe, of the hospital. And it's scary, honestly. First time when you go in there it is really scary, but you get to know the people there and they're actually really lovely in every single one. So, well in my one anyway, I don't know what they're like in anyone else's, but honestly they're really sweet and kind and they're just lovely to you and they make you feel really welcome. Honestly, some things people do to help, like holding you and just hugging you when you're sad and just being there for you, really does help. And Jack, what happens when the meds are mixed with alcohol? I take sertraline, I take 75 milligrams of it. I used to take 50, 25 and 100 separately. I've just been taken down to 75 milligrams, and when you mix alcohol with it, it says it in the information pack that it comes with, it says you're not meant to mix alcohol because it can lead to suicide. Now, I have learnt from this. I have mixed alcohol at Christmas and things like that with my meds, and it's not good because it does make, for me, it makes me really paranoid, angry and sad. It makes me really sad. I always end up crying for no reason because the antidepressants that I take are mixing in with the alcohol and it's really not a good mix. It's like mixing vodka and beer and ending up paralytic on the floor. Just gonna point that out. Because somebody I know last night, that happened to them. So that was not good, may I just add, cleaning up from it. But don't mix them with alcohol. If you can hold your drink, you're allowed to have sips of alcohol, you're allowed to have not a lot, but do not get drunk. If you get tipsy, that's fine, but don't get drunk on them, because in my own experience, it's not good, because it makes you feel so bad, and it makes you feel really dizzy, because I'm on really strong medication at the moment and it's really not a good mix. Yes, how do you cope with it? Okay, this question is going to be a big one. So how do I cope with it? I cope with it in many ways. Some days I do not cope with it at all. I cope with it in the ways of that I just try and push it aside. I think that's kind of the main aspect on what I do. I will always put a smile on my face for everyone, and oh, someone's FaceTiming me. I will always put a smile on my face for everyone, because I think that smiling helps cope with it, because you're kind of telling yourself that you're happy, even though you're not some days, but it makes you feel better within yourself, I believe anyway. But also, when you're smiley and you're making other people feel better, that makes you feel better in a way as well. So that's one reason how I cope with it. I also cope with it, obviously, by taking my medication constantly, every day, at the same time, every day. And when I forget it, oh my god, all hell breaks loose. I get so angry, I get so aggressive, and it's just horrible. I also cope with it through friends and family. Having a lot of friends and family, I don't really have many friends, but having friends and family there, it really does help because they know, like me and my sister are really close, and it really helps having somebody there that knows everything that you're going through and knows how to cope with it. And having someone like a boyfriend who I've recently just separated from, and that's a completely different video, that having a boyfriend for me, now that I've come to terms with it, it did help a little bit, but in the end it just makes you feel like they don't understand because they don't know you well enough like your family does to know what you're going through. Like, my family comes to the appointments with me, they speak to my psychiatrist, whereas a boyfriend wouldn't do that. Well, I suppose they would, but only if you've been together for a long time and they were like, you know, goals. How I cope with it? I cope with it through many different ways. I don't really know how to say it, how to express it, but mostly just through smiling and just making other people feel good about themselves makes you feel a little bit better. Mora, how do drugs react with it? For me, drugs react with it, I call them happy pills, okay? They're not happy pills. They're meant to make you feel happy because they're meant to make you feel less depressed. For me, some days, I used to take a drug called fluoxetine, and that had really bad side effects for me. I had really bad headaches all of the time and I couldn't sleep and things like that. And then I changed to sertraline, which I've been on for about 3 years now, I think. No, almost 4 years. I only took fluoxetine for a couple of months. So about 4 years I've been on sertraline, and it does help, but when you don't take it, there is a massive difference, and you do notice it. You do notice that there is a difference between Maddy and drugged up Maddy, because drugged up Maddy, undrugged Maddy, when I haven't taken my pills, when I haven't taken my meds, I literally act like I'm on drugs because I don't take it because it's withdrawal, and because my body is so used to the drug, I need it because it's just, I get aggressive, I get dizzy, I'm just completely out of it. Like, I'm wandering around the house not knowing what to do with myself, and I just don't really know what to do with myself. But when I take it, I feel like I'm Maddy again. But I never really feel like myself when I'm on them anyway, because I'm not. What is helping you through your depression, if anything? What's helping me through my depression at the moment is staying strong and thinking towards the future. I have college coming up in September and I'm really excited for it, for meeting new people and things like that, and taking you guys along with me on some days to vlog and things like that. I can put it on my vlogging channel, which I will link right here if you guys want to go check that out. Please do. But anyway, Tobias, what sets your depression off most? What sets my depression off most has to be my Tourette's. I talk about my Tourette's in a Q&A video, which I'll link down below if you guys want to go check that out. It would mean a lot if you guys did, and give it a thumbs up while you're over there. It sets me off because I get really down when I'm having a bad day. Like, when I'm having a bad day with my tics, it's so bad some days. I used to hit myself in the face. Are there any particular reactants, or does it just happen? Depression for me, there are certain triggers. Watching videos online about depression triggers me. Now, this is quite a soft topic for me, or hard topic for me to discuss. I used to self-harm a lot, and self-harming was my way of coping with the pain at the time. This was a couple of years ago now. I self-harmed for about 2 to 3 years. I haven't done it in a year and about 6 months now. So I'm really happy with myself that I haven't. And I do have scars to remind me of it, which I hate, but I've been using this thing called bio oil and it's really good. Right side, I've stopped self-harming now, and it was a really dark time, and I understand what everyone is going through if you do self-harm and things like that, and I know that and I just want you all to know that if you ever need to talk to anyone, just shoot me an email because I'll be there. Ollie, how does depression affect you? Depression affects me in so many different ways. It affects me in ways of physical and emotional. It affects me in the parts of my Tourette's. It makes me depressed always, and some days are a lot worse than others. Has there ever been any times where your depression has got so bad it stopped you from doing something or made you want to start thinking weird thoughts of such? Yes, honestly, I have thought about suicide a lot previously in the past, quite a long time ago. I don't anymore, if you guys are worried. I don't think about suicide anymore because I just want to live my life and get over this depression one day and get off my meds, which will be an absolute bonus. Thumbs up to me if I do. So it stopped me from doing a lot of things. It also corresponds with my anxiety in a way. Because when I'm depressed, my anxiety gets really bad. I'm anxious, it gets really bad because it makes me feel worthless and useless and that I can't do anything and things like that. And it stopped me from doing a lot of things, such as going out with friends or boys that I had liked at the time. It's lost me friends. It has lost a lot of things for me, and it's kind of difficult. That is how I live with depression. If you guys want to know anything else, please comment down below and I will gladly answer any of your questions. Also, I would just like to apologise for my hair because I have just washed it and it's gone so flipping curly. Forget to comment down below any other things that you want to see in the future, and any questions I will gladly answer them. Please give this video a massive thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I will link my previous video right here if you guys want to go check that out. And yeah, I will see you in the next video. Bye guys!